Well, there is an easy way to endear yourself to the virtue signallers and green left advocates at the ABC and the so-called progressive media and on social media. All you have to do is play their game of feeding into the climate change alarmism, and especially their silly and predictable efforts to link every weather record or weather-related event to their global warming cause. That's exactly what New South Wales Environment Minister Kean has done. The Liberal MP has linked the New South Wales bushfires and this season's terrible bushfire problems to climate change. This is despite the facts of the issue. The reasons the fires are bad this year is because, of course, of the drought, one of the worst droughts on record. And despite the analysis of the climate change experts that the drought cannot be directly linked to climate change, and there's no long-term drying trend. So that's the key, the drought. And if the drought can't be blamed on climate change, you can't blame the fires on climate change, especially when so many are deliberately lit, or lit by people at least. The conditions, that is the heat and the winds, have not been worse than we've seen before. In fact, the fire emergencies and smoke haze problems have been seen before, previous decades, previous centuries even, long before the impact of climate change was discussed. The bushfire threat has always been dire in this country, and it always will be. So what does this posturing achieve? What can be gained by making these connections before the evidence is in? Whether it's Kean or Malcolm Turnbull or Adam Bandt or Greta Thunberg for that matter, what's the point of their hysteria? Do they think Australia can change the weather? Do they think humankind globally can change the climate? Do they argue that at some time in the future the horrible bushfire threat we've always faced will somehow be swept aside, killed off forever by government policies? Are they really that silly? And if not, if they accept the obvious, that this is a fire threat we've always faced, it always will, then they should stop acting like the crazy green left politicians, the Extinction Rebellion anarchists, the silly journalists with their gotcha questions and the ill-informed celebrities, and they should stop obsessing over climate change and start talking about how to prevent and combat fires and keep people safe.